Bourne are back in league action for the first time in almost 3 months, as they take on an established Step 4 side, Coleshill Town, at the JJ Mack Stadium. Wakes flourished in pre-season and are already through to the preliminary round of the FA Cup after starting competitive action versus Harrowby United with a 2-1 win.
Yeah, but today's where it counts. Yeah, I know we want to play football. Wait, guys, go! Come on, boys, come on!
Bourne started the more lively of the sides with shots from Zach Allen and Lewis Darlington just falling short. Coleshill, against the run of play, took the lead in the 34th minute through Dan Brooks. Wakes started the second half just like the first, but were held back by a strong Coleshill defence, and on the counter, Eunice Levens brought down Ben Upper Shipway, giving Coleshill a chance to double their lead.
Make the Bourne fans happy. If he can save this one, she steps forward and he saved it! Lakin saves that penalty!
But the brilliant reactions of Will Lakin kept the score at only 1-0 with a long 15 minutes at a raucous lawn day. However, nothing would go in for the Wakes, with Connor Peters heading over from 2 yards out. It's defeat to start the season for the Wakes. However, the mood wasn't sombre, as it had reminded everyone of how far we had come.
So, my name's Steve Elgar. I was born and raised in Bourne. I'm president of Bourne Town Football Club. I've been president for 3 to 4 years. And before that, I was co-chairman with Darren Munton of the football club. I've been involved for 23, 24 years, basically since my son started playing for the reserves. So basically, in 2011, we were demoted because the ground grading wasn't up to the level, so we had to go down to Step 6. At that stage, we decided that the football club could no longer survive with paying players. So we actually decided that the playing budget was pulled, and our reserve side that was playing in the United Counties League Reserve Division 1 the following season became the first team, and we had to get local lads to play for the reserves as well. Very difficult times, and very hard times.
Next up on the road for the Wakes was a trip to Stoke Lane to take on a very solid Colton side.
Be on the front foot. Fucking expect him.
This was telling in the first half, with minimal opportunities for the Wakes, and a goal just on the stroke of half-time from Ewan Robson put Colton ahead on the night. Wakes started the second half sharper, and on the hour mark made a change, taking off Tom Siddons for Lewis Darlington. This change proved vital, as Darlington's second touch was blasting in Bourne's first ever goal at Step 4. This game was end to end now, in front of a loud Tuesday night crowd, with the Wakes defending brilliantly. However, as usual with Bourne, there's always a twist. In the 5th minute of added on time, Colton launched the ball into the box. It fell to Liam Moran and scraped it in at the death.
You know, got a really good goal by Darlow. Obviously thought we were back in the game, but it's football. You know, you've got to keep switched on. It's a learning curve for the boys, you know.
We play at step 6. We had one season where we had to seek re-election because we actually finished in the bottom 2. Luckily, nobody else was wanting to go into step 6 that season, so we got away with it. You know, going on to the administration side, it was always very difficult. We didn't get numbers through the gates. The gates was probably 40, 50, 60 per game. So funds was always very difficult. I remember at one point we couldn't afford a barrel of beer, and I actually bought the barrel of beer myself to keep the bar going. But that's life, that's non-league football, and that's the type of things you do to keep the club going.
Next up for Bourne was Wellingborough Town in the Emirates FA Cup preliminary round. Wakes started well and took the lead on the half-hour mark for a super strike from Connor Peters. Wakes were pegged back again on the stroke of half-time through Will Jones. But Wakes came out thriving second half, and Lewis Darlington tapped in from close range to send us through to the first qualifying round for the first time since 2010. It was a quick turnaround for the Wakes against the same opposition, this time at the JJ Mack Stadium. Wakes thrived on the night and had many chances, but none were taken or would fall with any luck. This proved to be costly as Jordan Crawford took the net off 5 minutes before the end, which was another gut punch to a struggling start to life at step 4 for Bourne.
Don't know much about him, but I know he's a striker. Gives it to Parrott. Just didn't get the pass away there. Right, so Bourne Town now come forward in numbers here.
However, Wakes never give in, and next up is Bedworth United, who've had a similar start to Bourne. Wakes travelled in numbers to the Oval and were rewarded in the 20th minute for a goal through the informed Lewis Darlington, that being his third in his last 4 games.
1-0 to Bourne Town. So it was Lewis Darlington with the goal there. And the strike bounced over the goalkeeper, Will Highland, so it's a good start. 20 minutes into the game.
It didn't take long for Bedworth to get an equaliser 4 minutes later from a corner, making the score level again.
What I will say is step 4 is a real challenge both on and off the pitch, and I can assure you that the team off the pitch are working really, really hard to make sure that we do achieve that mid-table status.
Ball's going to be pumped deep into the Bourne half here. So Kelly, left-footed, into the box. Keeper comes out, punches it, forced to Sonis. Loses possession. Now Bourne come forward here with numbers, but we've got to be careful here. Now ball played through to Darlington. Ball's played into the middle. Allen, can he finish it? Goal! Bourne Town take the lead in injury time. That was a good counter-attack there, going straight into the fans. The referee's not happy with that.
Zach Allen put the Wakes ahead, and they had done what a few years ago seemed like a distant dream with the Wakes' first win at step 4.
Can't quite get control of the ball though, doesn't. Richards there, went in with his knee, and there we have it. That's the full-time whistle at the Oval. 2.